大丈夫。僕最強だから。領域展開について教えてあげる。照れるなよ。勘違いすんなよ。相手は誰だ。早く言えよ。払うぞ。楽しくなってきた。
Greetings. My name is Alfred Stewart with metric number of 60224. Nowadays, phone play a huge part in people's daily life. With its small, lightweight and cheaper than computer or laptop, people mostly use them for education, work purposes, meeting and etc. during this pandemic. Thus we, MediaTek, a company that provides chips specialized in wireless communication, high-definition television, especially handheld mobile devices. We provide you with decent performance and the price of those chips is low compared with other chips such as Qualcomm chips. Here our engineers are applying their knowledge by doing lots of research and experiments to provide high-end quality for mid-range price. We bring smart and fast together to power the world's most capable 5G devices. Our 5G technology goes head-to-head with anyone in the industry. To reduce mistakes, our technicians put their best to monitor the production of the chipset in the best quality. Let us talk the technique that are used to evaluate the output of the production. There is a lot of quality control tools out there, but here our company have practiced these three tools to analyze the production, which are check sheet, histogram and control chart. Not what it is, let me explain. The check sheet is a form used to collect data in real time at the location where the data is generated. The data it captures can be quantitative or qualitative. When the information is quantitative, the check sheet is sometimes called a tally sheet. It is simple to use and understands without a clear visualization of the situation and organization's condition. The check sheet is intended as a mistake-proofing aid when carrying out multi-step procedures, particularly during the checking and finishing of the process outputs. What next? Histogram. It is a popular graphing tool where it is used to summarize discrete or continuous data that are measured on an interval scale. It is often used to illustrate the major features of the distribution of the data in a convenient form. A histogram divides up the range of possible values in a data set into classes or groups. And finally, control chart. The control chart is a graph used to study how a process changes over time. Data are plotted in time order. A control chart always has a central line for the average, an upper line for the upper control limit, and a lower line for the lower control limit. These lines are determined by the historical data. By comparing the current data to these lines, you can draw a conclusion about whether the process variation is consistent or is unpredictable. Next, my partner will explain on how we apply the quality control tools in our production company.
This Boniface Labang Anamalan, matrix number 60414. I will explain regarding the daily sheet, histogram and control chart for our group project. In comparison, we are taking Wednesday morning and afternoon shift for this project. For both shifts, we are using daily chart to represent the data from both shifts. Then we will proceed for both Wednesday and morning shift in the control chart. Both shifts having an evenly distribution in both histogram, which means that the data is not skewed to the right nor to the left. Then both of them also been represented with the control chart X bar and R chart. The control chart have been created with 20 subgroups and with 5 sample data that have been randomly chosen from the X bar and R chart. The Wednesday morning shift is within the control limit for both charts. That shows that the data is controlled. And while the Wednesday afternoon shift data experience a sudden fluctuation in one of the data.
Hi, my name is Muhammad Lukman Hakim bin Yunus, and my metric number is 61643. Here, I will explain regarding how do our company use visualize data, which is the control chart, to observe our current data progress. There is a few characteristics that we need to take note in order to understand the control chart, which is for the characteristic when the control chart is in control. Number 1, 2/3 of the point are near the center value. Number 2, a few of a point are close to the center value. Number 3, the point goes back and forth across the center line. Number 4, the points are roughly balanced on both sides of a center line. Number 5, there are no points beyond the control limits. Number 6, there are no pattern or trends on the chart. If the control chart are out of the control, the above characteristics are the opposite. For further explanation, I'm going to use the control chart from our Wednesday morning and afternoon shift as an example. For the Wednesday morning shift and Wednesday afternoon shift, it can be concluded that both of the control chart of the shift are in control. If we observe the X-bar chart both of the shift, you can see that most of the points are close to the center line. We can also see that the points are going back and forth across the center line, and the points are roughly balanced on the both sides of the center line. And the most important characteristic is that the point does not go beyond the control limits. Hence, due to those reasons, we can conclude that both of the shifts are in control. From the R chart, we can see that both of the shifts can be concluded that the variation of the data are on average amount. This is because the points are mostly around the average value.
Nur Adli bin Hatta, the video editor for this group. The bottom line is, when analyzing data, histograms are often used with statistical process control SPC control chart. That is, the same data used to create control chart can be used to create histogram. While control chart display data in time sequence, histogram do not. Instead, histogram show individual data values summarized and compared to engineering specification. That's all from us. Thank you for your attention.